Angela from the blog AngelaMarieMade.com. I'm really excited today to show you how to make a DIY wood sign, and I have a free printable file available as well for the sign design too. Several years ago, I made this DIY sign which features my hand lettering, and I shared the tutorial on how I made it on my blog. Well, ever since then, it has been a reader favorite and also a favorite project of mine. I decided to make a video tutorial showing how I made it. You can get my free printable file of the design in my free printable library, which is linked below. So I'm going to show how to make the sign and how to transfer the design to the sign. There are many ways to transfer a design onto wood, and I'm going to share two methods in this video. The first method, all you need is a pencil. You don't need a stencil or any kind of vinyl cutting machine. The second method I'm going to show does involve a vinyl cutting machine. I'll be using my Cricut in this video tutorial, but you can also use a Silhouette Cameo. I have a full material list, cut list, and step-by-step tutorial linked below. Okay, let's get started with this DIY wood sign. Step 1 is to gather all of the materials for the wood sign. All of the materials and tools that you need for making the wood sign are linked in my description box below. Step 2 is to cut the wood to size for the wood sign frame. To make this sign the same size as I did, use a miter saw and cut your 1x2s to size for the 2-foot by 2-foot plywood panel, or you can have your local home improvement store make the cuts for you. You're going to need 2 boards at 24 inches and 2 boards at 25.5 inches. Step 3 is to paint the wood sign backing. Use a paint roller and prime the front side of your 2-foot by 2-foot plywood board. Let it dry and then paint 2 coats of paint. I used White Dove by Benjamin Moore in an eggshell finish. Let the paint dry and cure for at least 24 hours. Step 4 is to stain your wood sign frame boards. Stain all sides of your 1x2 frame boards and let them dry. I used Minwax Provincial for my stain color. Step 5 is to apply the lettering to your DIY wood sign. The first method with the pencil tracing method is really easy. You just need a pencil and an enlarged print of the design, which you can get a 24 by 36 inch engineering print for around $5 at FedEx or Staples. I have this free 24 by 36 inch download of the design linked below, as well as a step-by-step tutorial on my blog for the full details of this method. You just use a pencil to shade over the lettering that shows through the back of the paper. Then flip the poster print back over and trace the lettering outline with the pencil with some pressure. After that, you can fill the outlines in with a paint marker or paintbrush and black paint. The second method, which uses a vinyl stencil, is my preferred way to do this because the design transfer onto the sign turns out really beautiful with crisp lines and a really professional look. And I'm going to share in detail how to do it with the Cricut machine, but again, you can definitely do this on a Silhouette Cameo or another vinyl cutting machine. For the vinyl, I prefer using Oracle 631. It's a really high quality vinyl, and I use it for all of my vinyl projects. For this method, you're going to need a Cricut, 12 by 24 inch Cricut mats, and 3 sheets of vinyl at this size as well. A squeegee, scissors, a weeding tool, a craft razor cutter, tweezers, and transfer tape. Prepare the SVG file in Cricut Design Space. You can get my free SVG file of this design in my free printable library on my blog. Once you're in the free printable library, you can just scroll down to find the file and then click on it and then download the file to your computer. Open up Cricut Design Space. Click on the Upload button, then Browse, and then select the file that you just downloaded and open it. After the file has opened in Cricut Design Space, press Save. Select the file again and select Insert Images. Move the design to position X0 and Y0. Our sign design is 22 by 22 inches in order to fit a 24-inch by 24-inch sign. Because the maximum cutting width on a Cricut is 12 inches by 24 inches, we have to split our design up into sections in order to cut the vinyl stencil. If we were to cut this design up into 2 sections, it would have to go through the lettering, and it would be really difficult to then line the lettering up perfect on the actual sign. So it's best to cut this design into 3 sections so it goes through the empty space instead. Begin by selecting shapes and then the square box. Unlock the scale size at the top of the toolbar and adjust the width of the box to 23 inches and adjust the height of the box to 7 inches. Then adjust the position of the box to 0, 0 and arrange it so it's sent to the back of the design. Make a copy of the box and paste 2 copies of it. For the middle box, select it and adjust the height to 6.5 inches and change the position to 0, 7. Send it to the back again. Then for the third sign, adjust the height to 10 inches. We don't need it to be exact for this one. And adjust the position to 0 and 13.5. Then send it to the back. Now we have 3 boxes which are representing the way our sign design is going to be cut or sliced. To cut the first section of the sign, we need to first group the area of the design that we want grouped together and to be cut. Select Create the and the square box outline, and then weld them together to create them as one shape. Select that new shape as well as the first box and press Slice. We now have 3 different parts of this cut design, and we can get rid of the gray parts and just keep the black and white. The first part of our sign design is cut and ready for the mat, and now we need to do the same steps for the following 2 sections. Group together the middle part of the sign. Select Things and the remaining square box outline. Weld them together to create a new shape. Select that new shape and select the middle box and then slice. Our second part of the sign design has been created. For the last part of the design, the words "you wish" and "existed" are already grouped together as one shape. Select the final shape and the final square box outline and weld them together. Then select that final shape and the final gray box and then select Slice. We now have the final 3 sections of our design ready to go to the cutting mat. Go ahead and hit the green button to make it. Now you can see that our sign design is ready to fit on 3 12 by 24 inch mats for cutting. Select the green Continue button and make sure your Cricut machine is connected, and make sure that your base material is set to vinyl, and go ahead and load your first cutting mat with your 12 by 24 inch sheet of vinyl. Finally, press the flashing Go Light button on your Cricut. After each of your 3 vinyl decal stencils have been cut, it's time to weed your vinyl for each one. Remove each vinyl decal from the cutting mat. Use a weeding tool and weed the vinyl. Because we're using the vinyl to create a stencil, we want to remove the positive space or the lettering design that we're transferring to our wood sign backing board. Make sure to keep the square box outline around your stencil on each of the 3 sections. weeding, cut the vinyl away right on the edge of each square box outline edge. This is so we can easily line up our square box outline for each vinyl section for a perfect fit of the design on the sign board. Next, apply transfer tape to your stencils. I like to use a transfer tape roller. I'll link mine below. It makes the process super easy. I start by taping the corners of the vinyl stencil down with masking tape. Then I pull the transfer tape over the vinyl stencil and press the end of it down on my work surface. Then I smooth it over the vinyl with a squeegee. Cut any of the excess transfer tape off of the vinyl stencils. Apply the vinyl stencils to the sign one section at a time. Center the first vinyl stencil on the wood sign board. Use a ruler and make sure the stencil is 1 inch from the square outline edge and the sign edge. Use painter's tape or masking tape and tape it down to the wood sign in the middle. Start at one corner and slowly peel off the white backing paper from the transfer tape until it reaches close to the tape in the middle. Make sure as you peel it back that the vinyl is stuck to the transfer tape. Cut with scissors the loose white backing paper. Secure the vinyl stencil to the wood sign by smoothing down the cut side with a squeegee. Remove the rest of the white backing paper and attach the other half by using a squeegee and rubbing against the vinyl stencil a few times to make sure your decal is attached to the wood sign backing. Slowly peel off the transfer tape at a 45-degree angle. If any part of the vinyl starts to come up off the wood sign with the transfer tape, firmly run over that part of the vinyl with a squeegee again and peel back the transfer tape. Repeat these steps for the next two sections. Make sure to line each section up using the square outline edges and a 1-inch space between the square outline and the sign board edges. It helps to remove a tiny bit of the transfer tape for lining the square up. After applying all 3 sections of the vinyl, use painter's tape and tape off the exposed edges and areas. To avoid paint bleed through, it helps to first apply a coat of the base paint color over the stencil and let it dry. Finally, use either paint and a stencil brush or spray paint and paint over the vinyl stencil with multiple light coats. Light coats of paint help to avoid bleed through. I prefer to use spray paint because it's a little bit faster and easier. Allow the spray paint to fully dry and then remove the tape and vinyl from your sign. Use a weeding tool and tweezers for intricate areas. If any paint seeped under any part of your stencil, you can just touch it up with a small paintbrush and the white paint you used for the sign backing board. Now it's time to attach the framing to the sign. I like to place scrap 1x2s, which are 3/4 inches thick, and a 1/4 inch thick board under the sign so that they line up perfectly with the 1x2 frame boards. Use wood glue and a brad nailer with 1 1/4 inch brad nails and attach the frames to the sign Make sure to wipe any excess wood glue away immediately with a damp paper towel. Lastly, fill the nail holes in with wood filler and then followed by stain. And that's it for your DIY wood sign. I love my DIY wood sign. The quote is always a great reminder to look at when I'm working hard on something. If you enjoyed this video, please let me know below in the comments or give it a thumbs up. I plan on making some more DIY wood sign videos soon. Please subscribe to follow along and for more DIY videos. Thanks again for stopping by.